It seems that the whole boxing world keeps talking about Ryan Garcia's P sample way more than the Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank Martin fight. And that fight has a stacked card. I can't wait for that fight. It has David Benavidez versus Bostic, and Bostic is no easy task. He only has one loss against the hard-hitting Arthur Beterbiev, and David Benavidez is going up in weight to 175, so who knows how he is going to do at 175, but I think he will beat him. But Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia keep going back and forth on social media about Ryan Garcia cheating with the P test, testing positive for Osterine. So this is what Devin Haney said about Ryan Garcia, but Ryan Garcia said the same thing about Devin Haney, and Devin Haney coming in 18% his body weight that's contracted on that contract. So because of this, I actually believe that Devin Haney did lose in Mexico, because Regis Prograis stated that he knew somebody that knew that Devin Haney did lose in Mexico, and he had paid people over there to overturn that win. Because it does make a little bit of sense, because Devin Haney said himself that he thought that he fought the same guy twice, just with a different name. So I do believe it could have taken place, since Devin Haney is taking high measures to get that Ryan Garcia loss removed.
I want to speak to your supervisor. Better yet, I'm gonna write a letter.
So I believe if he's taking these measurements to get that loss removed, he probably did do that in Mexico as well, since he is doing that now. But Ryan Garcia's P test, I believe, is still gonna come contaminated, because it came from the same piss, right? What would it be different? It'll be a different story if it was a different piss from a different day. But I still don't think people that take supplements that are contaminated with stuff that's not labeled in the label, they should not be accountable, because that could ruin a boxer's career if it's 2 years. But if it's 6 months, I don't believe so, because when you're at the highest level, you only really fight twice a year. It's really only when you're barely coming up when you fight 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times a year, because you're fighting lower level competition that does not even hurt you, or you guys don't even go more than like 6 or 8 rounds. But when you're in the highest level, I do not recommend fighting more than twice a year, because you could take a lot of damage in those fights. But the CSASC stated that they are going to change some rules, that on fight night, the fighters cannot come over 15% of their contractual body weight, and if they do come higher, they will cancel the fight. I think this is great. That way people won't drain themselves so much. I actually think the rankings will change, because we will know who truly is the best, and you guys cannot use IVs anymore. You guys are gonna have to do it naturally, and all the boxers are gonna have to rehydrate orally. No Meek Mill. So you guys know how they say a great little man gets beat by a great big man? Now we will know the levels in boxing, because nobody will be weight drained, and everybody will be fighting at the level that they are in and at the weight class they are in. I believe certain boxers are only winning because they're taking advantage of this. Either that, or they could still win, but they will not look sensational. They'll look average. Now, I personally don't believe Ryan Garcia took those supplements or those steroids for performance enhancers, because that guy looked drained and was fighting lethargic. He was gassed out in the first round. Luckily, he hurt Devin Haney in the first round. And I'm sure Ryan Garcia can make 140. He just doesn't want to, because he did make the weight for the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. He was just a little bit under 136. Then how come he cannot make 140? Because it sucks to make weight. You feel drained, especially if you have to do it fast. To lose weight when you're lower level on fat, it takes a lot of effort, and you will be drained. And the slower you do it, the better, and the better you will keep that weight off. I usually take out 140 calories every 2 weeks. I only need 2 more cuts left, and I'll be where I want to be. I started in the beginning of January. Some people start working out and dieting when summer hits, and by then it's way too late. By the time they get decent results, summer already ended. They are losing 500 to 700 calories daily, and that is not good. basically starving themselves, and that is not the way to do it. You're gonna gain all that weight back fast, just as fast as you lost it. But if you do it slow, you will not gain none of that weight back if you keep your diet on point. Hint, hint, Devin Haney, because you do not even get chubby or a little bit fat, you get obese. I believe that's the reason you had trouble this time making weight with the Ryan Garcia fight, because you kind of started looking like the Lomachenko fight. And at the Regis Prograde fight, you did look natural and you look healthy making the weight. Subscribe and share the video.
Let's go, champ!